Welcome, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show. It is July 2nd, 2025, which means tonight I start Independence Day. And by the time on July 4th, I will listen to the president's speech.
Then we will not go quietly into the night.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I have it mapped out. Usually I start on the 1st, but in the movie, July 1st is a little too short. So early. I do July 1st. Because you remember the movie, how it goes July 1st. And then it shows the events of that day. July 2nd, events of that day.
So do you pause it on it when July 3rd starts? Do you wait till the next day?
Yep. And I do it because I watch it with my son, and I have the extended version. It's like 3 hours.
I love it.
Oh, it's great,
dude. And that's a great movie. I can't.
It is.
I don't care. Maybe it's just because we grew up with that movie. When Will Smith punches that alien, he's like, "Welcome to Earth." Yeah, like, what's up, dude? Like, so that's how I would be if I met an alien, dude. That's just straight up.
And the best part about it is he freaking knocked it out wearing like this exoskeleton suit thing.
Right.
So awesome.
Yeah.
So
now, that's what I call a close encounter.
I was supposed to be at a barbecue,
but here I am dragging him.
And what's that smell? Dude, back when Will was Will, dude. Back when he could do no wrong.
Before he smacked what's his face.
Before he married what's her name.
That's true.
That's really when it all started going downhill, man.
Back when he was Fresh Prince.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loved the guy.
How do you not like that guy at that time?
It was fantastic. I mean, he was so funny. I mean, it's funny because I guess he really got to start in music. I don't remember him being a musician until after. Because that's when Big Willie Style came out. Remember that album?
Yeah, that's the album I remember. Did he have something before that?
Yeah. Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff, baby.
I didn't know they really had something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were a real duo. And that was it Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Was his name actually Jeff?
It was Jazzy Jazz.
It was Jazz, right?
Jazz.
Yeah, that was DJ Jazzy Jeff. That's why he was a terrible actor. Every time he'd show up to try and hit on the cousin. I love that show, dude.
That was a great show.
That was a good thing to wake up. UPN 45.
UPN.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I absolutely do. So old. We are old, bro.
Oh, dude.
We are so old.
We were just talking about that today. We are officially closer to 2050 than the year 2000. That's a real heavy fact.
That's insane.
Because I remember the year 2000 very well.
I feel like I still live in the year 2000 based on my music, my clothing choice. Like, dude, I never really left.
I haven't progressed past 2005.
Yeah, I'm still listening to the same punk music at the gym today that I was listening to back then.
Exact same music. What's sad, though, is when you realize they consider that to be dad rock now.
It's so, you know what? I don't care. I never heard that term actually, but I don't even care.
I'm a dad. I mean, I'm a dad.
Yeah, but like, I'm okay with that.
It's just weird to consider it classic rock or like classic
punk.
Dude,
that's like you see these cars that have those vintage plates on them now, and it's like a 95 Toyota. You're like, oh my God.
Historic vehicle.
Yeah,
what?
Like, what?
I know, dude. I was just talking to my buddy. He's got like a 97 Suburban, and he's like, I could get historic vehicle plates on it, but then I won't be able to drive it. Like, you can only drive like 10,000 miles a year on
Oh,
them.
really?
Yeah, because it's basically like, hey, you pay nothing for registration. You also don't use the car.
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so historic plates means like this thing basically sits in a garage. But it was weird because like, dude, I was having this discussion with my brother today. We were talking about trucks. Told you earlier. The thing that blows both of our minds is when you realize a 2014 truck, car, whatever, is an 11-year-old vehicle. That is an old car, and it feels like it's a new car.
That's insane.
It is.
It's so weird when you actually think about how that feels. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
It's terrible. I still don't feel old enough. Like, I'm 39. Like, I feel like I'm not that old, but like, mentally, I feel like I'm still 15, 14.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't look at the world any differently than I did when I was 15, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's actually the thing that I think is. We were just talking about how the fact that you and I are squarely middle-aged, like by life expectancy, we are right there in the middle. So we should be going through our midlife crisis about now, right?
You know, yep. New cars and girlfriends, boys. Let's go.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because I don't feel old enough to be middle-aged or to have a midlife crisis. I feel like I still honestly feel mentally like I'm in my early 20s. Maybe not my teenage years.
Especially because you're having such young kids too. So because it took you guys a while to have kids. So you kind of feel like you almost are like, oh, this is how we would have felt like early 20s. Because I have a kid out of high school. I don't feel old enough to have that at all.
She's going to college.
Yeah. I'm like, she's not even staying at my house. Like she's house sitting for the Ross for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So she's not even at home most of the time. And it's like, dude, this is just weird.
That's a weird feeling, dude.
Yeah, it's so bizarre, dude. And she'll text, go, all right, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm like, okay.
That's hard.
Safe.
That's hard, man.
It sucks, dude. I'm not going to lie. It's weird. But.
So I'm going to spring this on you. But I meant to talk to you about it beforehand, but I wanted to get your honest reaction. Have you ever in your life called your wife wifey?
Wifey? No.
Wifey. No. Have you ever heard any man refer to his wife as wifey?
Maybe, but I don't know who. I couldn't tell you who.
Basically what you're saying is it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I've heard somebody say the wifey, the wifey.
It's possible. I could not tell you a single time in which I've heard
I call it like the whiff. I've heard that before.
I've heard that one
as like a joke, but like wifey, like in what context though? Like you're like, hey, the wifey's over here. I gotta go.
Okay, so there's the reason why I bring it up. Yesterday I'm driving home, coming down Ellsworth Road, and I see this Acura SUV, and the license, it's a black Acura SUV. License plate is HTWIFEY.
Hot wifey.
Hot wifey. And my immediate thought was, you got that for yourself. Your husband did not get that for you.
Yeah, I don't.
Because he would not have said hot wifey. He may have said hot wife. Well,
first off, you made it a big assumption in 2025 that it would be a husband.
You're also very right. You're very right. But let's take it to its final conclusion. That made me think she's a lesbian. That has to be. Yeah, that's the only logical conclusion here, because no man refers to his wife as wifey.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've heard it once or twice in a joking context.
But would you get your wife a vanity plate?
No, not on a plate.
No, and the other thing about it is like, okay, she clearly got it for herself. How weird are you? I wasn't able to actually get. I kept trying to catch up to her. But you know how Ellsworth is. I kept wanting to be like, are you real?
Are you hot? I need to know.
Because I don't believe it.
Because odds are, I mean, well, in my experience, usually lesbians are not hot. So, you know what I'm saying? They're just not.
Big qualifications there. Don't come at him.
Don't come at him. I'm just saying in my experience, other than outside of some websites I've viewed and some movies I may have seen.
And what pop culture has told me.
Right. Most lesbians aren't typically very attractive to me. That doesn't mean they're not attracted to people. I'm just saying
other
to
lesbians.
Me. Yeah, to other chicks, they're probably hot. But I can never figure out why you have the butch style lesbian. I'm like, you don't have to dress like a guy to like girls. Like, it's cool now. It's fine.
Again, it's one of those things where I just have to accept that I don't understand. Yeah, and I do accept that I don't understand. I accept it.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I can't make fun of it. Just like I can make fun of heterosexual couples too.
100%.
They are fair game.
Everybody's fair game in this world.
No, talking about equal rights. That means you also get equality and get bashed. That's the way it works.
Yep, that's 100% equal rights. Dude. You want it all, you get it all. You don't get to pick and choose your equal.
100%.
Like, I will smash a heterosexual male any day. And you know what I mean? Like, we will bag on him so bad.
Dude, he will smash him. He will smash a heterosexual male. I feel like I'm on the set of NBA Tonight, and I'm Shaq over here losing my mind, and you're Chuck. When you're banging against that man, and you feel him banging you.
I'm just saying, you're fair game, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, the other day I was going to Cinnaholic to get cinnamon rolls for my father-in-law, Father's Day, right?
I've heard about this place so much, and I've never been there. Never.
It's so good. I try not to go, really ever, because one is not enough, even though one is far more than you deserve. You know what I mean?
Is it good?
I love it. I love cinnamon rolls.
Okay, so I need to have Allie make you some homemade, legit sourdough cinnamon rolls.
Dude, I will try that because I have heard sourdough cinnamon rolls are great.
Yeah, she makes those.
I will 100%.
Everything's from scratch. The icing, everything's not. There's no out of a can or out of a bottle. It's all. Dude. So I should ever make you some.
I love cinnamon rolls. My thing about cinnamon rolls, though, one of the things that I mostly judge them on is how much cinnamon sugar you put in it. I don't care so much about the frosting, because frosting is good, but not many places screw up frosting, right? Like, frosting is just sugar.
And
exactly.
Water, yeah.
It's pretty good on its own. But how much cinnamon sugar are you putting in the bread? Because that's what makes a cinnamon roll not just a sweet bun. Like, you know what I mean?
So, do you think could be too much or not enough?
No, not enough. I've never had one that had too much.
Okay, so you're on the more heavy. You want heavy.
Yeah. So, whole reason I'm pulling up there, okay? I got my baby boy, just 5 months, 2 days ago, by the way, or last week.
It's crazy.
I know, dude. Time's flying. And then my son, Benton. The girls went up. They had a girls' trip up to Snowflake to see my wife's sister and her kids. So we're walking in, and as soon as we pull up, I see, dude, every stereotype possible. This is not me making this up, guys. I would have videotaped it if I was afraid of being... I knew this would have been one of those moments where someone would be screaming at me. I just wanted to document it for facts. I didn't do it because I know I get screamed at. Pulling up, old Subaru Outback, hoods up because it's broke down. 2 lesbians staring at it, asking each other, "Do you know what to do?" And my immediate thought was, I could offer them I'm not going to. I know what happens if I do. So I'm just going to say, hi, good job, bye, and go inside and get my cinnamon rolls. But the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, this is every stereotype that ever existed. One of them, not attractive at all, wearing terrible overalls and just like the worst haircut possible, double nose ring.
Yes.
And just like everything. The other one, sort of fit, sort of attractive. I wouldn't say super attractive, but sort of attractive, wearing like yoga shorts and like a tank top. And it's just like, why? What on earth? What?
Yeah.
Because if I saw a guy and a girl in that exact same thing, I'd go up to the girl and say, you deserve better. This guy sucks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing with this? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
She just walked by and say, hey, how's that whole feminism thing working out right now?
Dude, I so bad. Because my immediate thought was like, they probably need a jump. And I would offer a jump.
Dude, you should have been like, check the blinker fluid. Just kept walking. Just kept walking. Dude,
I know I would have ended up on some social media website.
It would have been worth it, though.
Somebody immediately would have whipped out their phone and called me a misogynist. I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. And the worst part about it is I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to go and say, hey, is there anything I can do to help? I mean, we've said this before. I'm not a mechanically gifted guy. Yeah. I'm not. So it's not like I can go under the hood and fix what the problem is. I might have a better idea of, I say better, I might have a better idea of what the problem is. I don't know. But my thing was like, because
I feel like you missed an opportunity.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a conversation topic. This was not on the list. But because of our society today, a guy, I truly had good intentions. How could I help? I didn't do it for afraid of backlash.
See, and I don't know. Like, I honestly could care less. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, usually if it's, so you change the thing around though. So I guess it's just this may be wrong, but if it's two dudes staring at the car, I'm not even interested in talking to them because you know what? You figure that out, boys.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to tell you because they may probably know more than me. They may not, but either way, you're men. You can figure it out. I don't care if you're two heterosexual men, two homosexual. You're men. Figure it out.
Yeah.
But two women, I don't care if they're. I'm going to be like, hey, do you need anything? And if they get mad at me for it, screw you. I'm trying to be a nice person by helping out two females, not because I'm better than you, because I'm bred and I'm wired to say, hey, look, you are obviously have a problem, and you may or may not know what's going on by your hands on your hips and scratching your head. You're telling me you don't know. It's like you drive next to somebody in a Volkswagen little slug bug, and they're looking at the engine in the front. There isn't an engine in the front, right?
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah, so you're going to know, like, something's wrong. But I think I'd always be like, hey, can I help you? Like, are you overheated? Is it not starting? I don't think they would get mad at you.
Well, I think not. But there's been enough of the internet to tell me I would be a misogynist. The response would be like, you don't think we know what's going on? Now, again, I'll also say this. The same week, I kid you not, the same week, I'm at Circle K. I'm filling up my wife's car. And I just cleaned it out. Because we just got the car detailed. So the jumper cables are not in the back. Just barely got this thing detailed. Everything's clean. I'm getting a full tank of gas. And I see two guys. Truck's broke down, obviously. And I say, hey, do you guys got jumper cables? You need a jump? They're like, no, we don't have cables. I was like, I'd give you guys a jump if I did. And they're like, it's okay. We got somebody coming. Because I wasn't worried what they would say. I was not worried whatsoever. These two dudes, they're at their car. It's clearly broke. I mean, I think they know they need to jump, right? Because they're getting in there, they're turning the ignition, it goes,
yeah, it's just click, not quite getting
right. There's just not enough juice. So I'm like, they know they got somebody coming, but I wasn't afraid at all of getting backlash on that. I just wasn't because again, society's not going to come at me for offering these guys help.
So yeah, you got to be like almost like a smart aleck, right? When they're like, if they give you that misogynist look, what, you don't think we know what we're doing? You bought a Subaru. That was strike one.
Yeah, strike one, girls.
Okay, and two, now I hope your car blows up. See ya and just walk away. Like, so much for trying to be nice. Like,
yeah. And the other thing was, I was also hesitant because I'm like, I got my little boy with me, 8.5 years old. Yeah. What is he going to glean from this? I don't know. I probably made the wrong choice. I probably should have just offered help.
It's like, let me ask you, like I have a problem with, I can't pass elderly people.
Yeah,
dude, I cannot. Like, I have driven past people like with flat tires that you can see a older guy, and I'm talking older. I'm not talking a 40-year-old male. I'm talking like a 60, 70-year-old guy. I know.
We're almost there, dude. It's right around the corner.
But
But we're talking a guy that's silver hair for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, like that's somebody I will have like an internal beef with myself. Like I won't sleep at night. So I turn around every time and I go back and say, hey, can I help you? Or is there something I can help you with? Yeah. There was a lady broke down on Rittenhouse, dude, just sitting in the middle of her car in the middle of the road, like just sitting there on Rittenhouse Road, which is terrible.
Jeez, that's scary.
And I'm like, and I drove past her and I could see like she just needed to be pushed out of the road. So we flipped around. I told Jen, I said, just keep your flashers on and stay behind us. And I hand pushed her out of the road. Like, I'm like, dude, just put your car in neutral. We'll figure it out. She ran out of gas. And I'm like, ma'am, there's a gas gauge for a PSA, by the way, when your gas gauge says empty, you should go to a gas station.
Yeah, that means you got no gas.
Like when you get to a quarter of a tank, right? I mean, there are two types of people in the world. Yeah. There are the people that get a half a tank and they got to go fill up, and there are people that watch that range till empty thing till
want to see
and
how
they
far
push
they
it into single digits, and they're like,
yeah. I am way too scared of that. I am where are you? You a quarter tank fill it up or half tank fill it up?
Yeah, quarter tank. Like I usually don't. I don't like to get below a quarter tank on anything.
I do not let it go below a quarter tank.
Yeah, I don't like my light coming on. If I do, I'm like, oh, I just kind of forgot. Like it happens sometimes, like when you're not paying attention, like with my work car, because it's just something I drive so much that like, oh, it kind of catches you off guard. But there are gas stations that we just pull right in real quick.
The one that gets me is if I'm on a road trip and I know there's going to be a big gap between. That's when I might let it go, as long as I know exactly the distance between me and the next town. Yeah. That's when I'm like, okay, I can push it. But typically, I'm a between half and a quarter. That's when I go fill it up.
It's like riding a motorcycle, right? Like how often do you get gas on a motorcycle when you travel? A little bit, as often as you can.
I was going to say little and often. I think you said that to me before.
Yeah, that's the way that I anytime you go through a town, just stop and fill up because you never know. Because there's that old Wild Hogs movie, when they miss the gas station. We'll get gas to the next town. And then it's
Wild Hogs.
Way too far.
Oh, my gosh.
What a great movie, huh?
Dude, John Travolta, Tim Allen. Who else is in that? Martin Sheen? No. Martin. Right?
Yes.
Why can't I think of his last name? Martin Lawrence.
And the other guy, the nerdy white guy, I don't know his name, but
he's in everything.
Yeah,
he's in Jurassic Park 3.
He's is he really?
Yeah. God dang, why can't I remember his name?
He's in a lot of
he's got the mustache
things.
in almost everything he's in.
Yeah. What is his
Fargo?
name? Dewey is his name on there, something like that. Dudley's his name on that show.
Oh my gosh. Everybody listening knows exactly who this is. I can see the guy's face. He's in so many movies. He's in Sahara.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I like that movie, by the way.
I love Sahara.
William H.
Macy. God dang.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like Ray Liotta's in that too. Like I forgot about him. Like he's the bad guy.
He's dead now.
Did he really?
Yeah, Ray Liotta died. Oh. I'm almost positive he died early, young.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts on the KD trade? Now that we have basically seen it to fruition.
I'm glad. I didn't like him anyway. Not that he wasn't good. That's not what I'm saying. I felt like we got screwed. Dude, actually, the one I saw that I don't think it's real. Actually, I'm almost positive it's not, but it was very interesting. Is the 1-for-1 with Bradley Beal and LeBron James, and I'm like,
oh, that's not going to happen.
I know it's not, right? But then you start thinking, I wonder. Like if that could work for the Suns in the case of like you pick up an older LeBron who's got. I mean, we drafted 5 centers. We've got point guards up the wazoo. We got nobody else.
We have no point guards.
We have shooting guards. Yeah,
we have centers.
So I mean, I don't know where we're going with that. Like it's gonna be maybe it's just trade stuff. Like it's trade bait for everybody to come in and give us something else.
I don't know.
It would be interesting. I would never buy a Suns LeBron James jersey.
I would never. The day it happened.
You would?
The day it happened, I'd buy one.
No, I wouldn't want nothing to do with that.
Oh, dude, I know, but you and I have very different feelings about LeBron.
So, like, I just don't. But I think he may be in his. If he just expected not to like be the star, but just carry the team when we need you. Like, I don't need you to play 45 minutes. I need you to come in for a good solid 20-25 and just ball out while you're in and rest your knees.
The thing about LeBron. And I want to get back to the KD trade because I want to get my thoughts on record and put it out there to the internet just for the KD people to come at me and kill me. But the idea, first off, if we traded, and this is not going to happen, it's not going to happen.
Not at all. This is a giant
if it happened,
metaphor.
100% possible, by the way. Salaries match totally. If we said Bradley Beal, LeBron James, straight up swap, by the way, the only 2 players in the NBA both having a no trade clause in their contract. So, again, not happening. It would be good for us. One, LeBron's on a 1-year expiring contract. So let's say things don't work out. He's a free agent at the end of the year. He can go his way. We're out from underneath that horrible salary that Bradley Beal has for this year and next year. Okay? Bradley Beal's got 2 more years as the 5th highest paid player in the league, which is going to change because a bunch of salaries jump him. But anyway, you get my point. Mm-hmm. The great thing about it would be a perfect fit for the Suns Because what do we not have? A point guard. What is LeBron James? Not a point guard, but if you want him to be, well, what if you want him to be? He's a point guard.
Yeah.
Because the thing about the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, when you talk about like the whole GOAT conversation, it's not that Michael Jordan is the greatest scorer and competitor of all time. No, I don't think anybody truly debates who's the greater competitor and who's a better scorer. But LeBron James, when you talk about a total player, he is a playmaker. That guy makes plays for others, which has also been to his detriment at times. I still remember there was a time, it was in the playoffs, he was driving the lane and had a guy wide open in the corner three, ditched it out to the guy in the corner three who bricked the shot, but it was a wide open shot and people were killing him for it. He's like, it was the right play. Like, maybe I get this layup, maybe I don't. I'm in traffic. He's wide open. In today's NBA, you make that play every single time. Now, in Michael Jordan's time, it's, no, you went in there and you took the foul. That's just what you did.
Dunked it.
You tried to dunk it, right?
Yeah.
That's what you did. It's just a different era. But I would think it would be a perfect fit for the Suns. The reason why, again, it won't happen, the Lakers are not going to take on Bradley Beal. And why would LeBron James want to come here? He's going to be going to his 23rd season. We're not going to win anything here this year. Yeah. Why would he want to come here? That doesn't make any sense for him.
He needs to hang it up.
Dude, 23 seasons. That'll be the record.
Well, and here, I think that's what he's going for. I think, and that's where it's like, it's hard to argue a lot of ways with the GOAT thing because longevity, do you let that come into play or not, right?
You have well, honestly, that is his play.
Well, that is his only play. That's why he's able to even be competitive in the realm of Jordan statistics or better is because of how long he's played.
Exactly.
If you cut him off at the years that Jordan played, Jordan dominates him over and over again.
Yeah, he does.
And where I think Jordan wins in my mind is, and I think most people do, is, you know, you've got 6-time NBA champion. You've got MVP multiple times.
6-time
scoring
NBA
champion,
Finals MVP,
defensive player of the year. All these things. I mean, one year he did it all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, it's hard to beat Jordan. I think when you get to, for me, the Jordan's the number one, and we've talked about this over and over. It's the two. Number two is Kobe, LeBron, right?
The two is where the real argument, to me,
for sure.
That's where the real argument begins. And for me, it starts and ends with LeBron because, like,
that's fine.
Same thing. Kobe didn't have the longevity. Kobe doesn't have. He has one more.
He died,
championship.
bro. How are you gonna bring that up?
He has one more championship. One more. Okay. Yeah. He played with Shaq, who was easily the most dominant player in the NBA during those years.
I think you could argue he was probably the most dominant player ever in finals history.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe next to Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan was averaging like 38 points in the finals.
He was. I mean, the more you watch Shaq, now you see these centers now. I mean, the centers of the old, like the Dikembe Mutombos and the Hakeem Olajuwons and these, the Admiral, right? These guys were powerhouses, but Shaq destroyed them.
Shaq was honestly a physical freak unlike anything the NBA's ever seen.
And
that includes Victor Wembanyama, by the way.
Yeah, he
not
didn't
the same
just
freak.
Throw the ball into the hoop. Like, he tried to rip the rim off every time.
And he wanted to break the guy's neck who's defending him as he was doing it.
And so, like, he's just, Shaq, I don't think there's no arguing. I don't think you can argue the best center in the world of all time.
Yeah.
It has to be Shaq. Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was probably statistically better. Scoring champ, cool. But if you're asking if I want prime Shaq or prime Kareem, give me Shaq all day.
Shaq, dude, because prime Shaq is going to break Kareem in half.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Kareem. No disrespect to Kareem.
Different era of ball, but genetically talking, dude, like, we talk about LeBron genetically gifted. Shaquille O'Neal is a genetic specimen.
Oh, yeah.
As a 7'2" giant
300-pound man that could run the floor.
And he didn't have to jump high, but when he dunked, dude, it was like
it was vicious, dude.
It was like an elephant.
He literally broke the stanchion in an NBA game. The thing folded
when he was light. He wasn't even heavy. He was like out of. He didn't go to college. Did he? Played 1 year.
He went to LSU. Yep,
for like a year.
Yeah,
or two, right? It wasn't very long.
2 years. Might have been 2 years.
He was light coming out of college. Just not what he was playing for the Lakers, or when he went to the Suns
or when he went to the Celtics. You remember what it looked like at the Celtics? Wow.
But
that was something
And
else.
I'll be honest, he's probably one of my favorite NBA guys, just because he's funny as
nobody's
heck,
better than Chuck, though.
He's Chuck is dumb best. Funny, though. Chuck just says some stuff. You're like, man. But Shaq's just like, he went through a rapping career. He did acting.
Yeah.
Like he's just been around, and he owns 100-something freaking fast food chains.
The thing that I love about Shaq is you find out how cool he is to people. Just random folks, just out of the blue. I remember reading this story about how there's somebody broke down. I probably told this on the podcast before, but I don't remember the whole thing. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Anyway, there's a couple that were on the Florida Turnpike, and the Florida Turnpike is basically that covers from LA to Orlando down to the center of Orlando, Florida, and it's a divided highway. And there's somebody that was broke down on the middle in the turnpike, And they didn't know what to do. I think they had a flat tire or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, car pulls over, and it's Shaq. Gets out. You guys okay? You know what I mean? Just like,
you need me to pick the car up and move it to the side.
You pick the car up. You got right. You know what I mean? It's just like, but they took a picture. They didn't videotape it because in respect to him. But they took a picture with him holding the kids, just both kids, both arms, just holding them up from the back. Like, dude was just there, just being a guy. Like, and there are thousands of stories like that of Shaq just being like, hey, listen, I know I'm a celebrity. I know I'm cool. And I'm going to make sure that everybody else in my presence feels cool.
Well, and he's bought shoes for people, like kids at stores when he's been there or whatever. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of those little stories where Shaq's like seems to be like a genuinely good person.
Yeah, like he uses his money to bless the lives of others. Yeah. In fact, there's a story about, you know who Mark Madsen is? Mm-hmm. Mark Madsen played for the Lakers, and he was a Mormon kid. I can't remember if he played at Stanford. I'm almost positive he played at Stanford. Anyway, there's a story that Shaq tells about how when Mark was on the team would go out partying and stuff like that. But Shaq wanted Mark to feel like a part of the team, but didn't want him to abandon his values. So he wouldn't let him come to the parties, but he made everybody on the team understand, no, Mark's cool. Yeah. Mark's cool. And he took him to go get his own clothes. Like, Mark showed up, I don't know, it was like to a draft party or something like that, in like his cheap, terrible suit. And Shaq's like, no. We're going to get some real clothes. Took him to a bar, like to a tailor, got him some real clothes, made him look real nice. But the whole time was like, no, you're my guy. I'll protect you. You don't got to come do the stuff that everybody else does. But I'm making sure the rest of the team does not treat you like an outsider. That's a big deal.
Well, it should be. It should be like everybody should respect everybody's values and stuff. You don't have to do all that other crap.
But not everybody does. That's what made Shaq to me super cool. It's like, no, he understood, hey, you are who you are. I'm going to make sure you're able to feel like you can be who you are and still be a part of this team without being worried about being ostracized.
So KD.
Oh, KD.
Back to KD. Bring it back.
All right. I thought, couple things. The first thing I wanted to say is when Kevin Durant thanked the quote-unquote real Suns fans, unquote. I got really mad at that. Kevin Durant, you played for the team for just a little over 2 seasons. You do not get to decide who a real Suns fan is.
Yeah.
You do not get to decide that. You are not from here. You may have worn the colors for a couple seasons, and I'm grateful. You did not suck when you were here. You were hurt a lot. Not as much as I thought you'd be. Truthfully, you weren't hurt as much as I thought you would. But you do not get to decide who real Suns fans are. I was born here. I've been a Suns fan since can I remember? I am a real Suns fan, and I was happy to see you go. Not because I thought he was a bad guy. Not because I thought he made the team suck. But because every year he was here, the team got worse. His numbers stayed the same.
Yeah.
The team got worse. So what are we supposed to glean from that? You're not helping. You're not adding.
Not contributing in the way that that helps the team.
Right. Yeah. We had to give up too much to get you. The team sucked because of it. And every year we got worse.
I don't think I'll ever get over that trade.
No, you wouldn't be wrong. I remember I went on record at the time saying I didn't like the trade, but I understood it.
Mikal Bridges still hasn't missed a game.
Still hasn't.
Yeah.
And Cam Johnson just got traded again, though.
So
both of them have been traded now twice.
Yeah, well, because Bridges plays for the Knicks, and where's Cam?
Cam Johnson just got traded to the Denver Nuggets,
where
his career is going to take off because he gets to play with Jokic.
Yep, and he's a heck of a shooter.
He is. He's also hurt all the dang time. So I mean, who knows? We'll see how much he's able to stay healthy. But being able to play with Jokic is going to just absolutely bless his life.
Jokic is not good.
Huh?
Just kidding.
I was to say, are we going there?
No,
are we doing that?
No.
Okay.
That guy is probably the best white guy on the court, bro.
Probably
him and
all
Luka.
time.
Luka's got a different kind of best to him, but it's just different ball playing between the two of them.
But anyway, so that I wanted to get that off my chest. Kevin Durant, you do not get to decide who real Phoenix Suns fans are. We have been fans of this team longer than you have been. Most of us, a lot of us, longer than you've been alive.
You're probably thinking people that didn't like you.
Yeah, that's who he's talking about. He's talking about people who were happy to see him leave or that didn't want him to come here. He's like, no, they are still real Suns fans. What you're really saying is, I'm thankful to the real KD fans, the Kevin Durant fans, the people that are from like New Jersey who only were a Suns fan because Kevin Durant wore the colors, and now they're a Rockets fan because Kevin Durant wears those colors. Like, that's who he's really thinking, and I think that's ridiculous. Again, I am not at all complaining about the player he was when he was on the court. There are some things that I'm happy to see go. One, I want a power forward that rebounds. That's never been Kevin Durant's thing. I'm not. It's like
I just want a power forward.
I want a power forward.
I just want a forward. We don't have anything.
No, we don't.
I don't even.
Luckily, I'm hopeful that the way that they talk about the kid we got in the second round sounds like a power forward. He's 6'9", but I think he's at 240 pounds.
Duke kid?
No, he's from St. Joseph, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but 6'9", 240 pounds. You know what's really stupid? I was talking about this earlier. How my brain retains stupid things like I can remember all these facts about the person. Can't remember his name. I don't know his name.
Because it's not relevant.
It's not relevant. Has a 7'5" wingspan. That's a power forward. That's a dude that can get out in people's faces and put his hands up and actually, contest some shots. Anyway, so I look at this and say, one, I was upset because I thought this was the dumbest trade ever. How on earth did we not at least get Tari Eason or Jabari Smith out of the Rockets? How did we not get at least one of those guys, one that could play power forward and or center or small forward, like any of the forward positions? We didn't get one of those guys. In fact, we got Dylan Brooks, the biggest tool in the NBA, who I know now that he's a Phoenix Sun, magically we're all going to love him. We did the same thing with Grayson Allen. We did the same thing with Danny Ainge. I hear the argument. That doesn't mean that I have to be happy about it. And we get Jalen Green, a guy who's a smallish shooting guard, same position as Bradley Beal, same position as Devin Booker, who is a significantly inefficient scorer. He may be crazy athletic, but he's not a playmaker. He's not a point guard. So now we have even more positional overlap. And he signed him for like another 3 years at 30+ a year. So we have Dylan Brooks. We have no Jabari Smith, no Tari Eason. We have Dylan Brooks. We have Jalen Green. We have Kamad Malawach, which that does actually sound exciting. A center that actually sounds like he's got some real promise to him. And I think we've already exhausted all the second-round picks we got out of it, which was 5 second-round picks out. I think we traded them to get up to these positions we are in the second round that drafted these two guys we got. Brea was one of them. We got him with the 41st. And what was the guy? Was
Rasheed Fleming.
Rasheed Fleming. Yes, that's the guy. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Are we better today than we were when Kevin Durant was on the team? Hard to say, because Kevin Durant is better than all of those guys. I don't think that's a debate. He is definitely better than all of them. But now that we actually have some positional flexibility with different ones, maybe. What's up, dude?
Maybe.
Okay. So why are you telling me?
Because Mom was not home. She's taking him.
Oh, he'll be fine. Just wait till Mom gets home, okay? The baby has a poopy diaper, and it is apparently my job to change it.
Negative, Chalet, where you be?
She took the baby.
Sleeping on the job.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a little bit. Anyway, so I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say. I really mostly wanted to get it off the Real Suns fan comment, which drives me nuts. And the fact that I think that while we may have done the best we could, I feel like we were dealing from a position of severe weakness, and we did not do as great as we should have when we're talking about trading an all-time great who still scores 27 points a night every night. But he still just does that.
Yeah.
At an incredibly efficient clip. Speaking of, talking about all-time greatest scorers, I think Kevin Durant's probably the greatest scorer of all time just because he can do it from every level.
Yeah, he's for a 7-footer, he's
got a handle.
Yeah, he can do a lot.
The thing I'm very happy to see go is a lot of really lazy cross-court passes that got intercepted and turned into turnovers. Happy to see that one gone. Again, I want somebody that actually does rebound for their position. And I know it's unfair to criticize Kevin Durant for that because it's never been a strength of his. But at the same time, dude, like you said, he's 7 feet tall. You got to get closer to double-digit rebounds, man. You can't be hovering around the 6 and 5 mark for your career. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of he just doesn't follow the shot. Does nothing. He just hangs out.
I don't think it's because he's more of a wing player. He doesn't play down low very much, and that's more of like the bigger, stronger dudes. Because Kevin Durant is a real thin dude. So greatest nickname of all time, though, has got to be Slim Reaper. Like that's just an awesome name for him. Slim Reaper. That's just a great nickname for him. All right, let's see here. So I got that out of my and I had this other one in here. I think I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I don't know if you're looking at that.
Which one?
We don't need to talk about that. I just deleted it, so you may not see it anymore.
Perfect.
Because it's over and done with, and I don't want to get my blood pressure going up.
Is this thing not recording? Did it stop?
What, your camera?
Dude, it literally stopped recording.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, dude, and I don't even know when. It just stopped again. Like it stopped because that
overheated?
No, it's some kind of. It says updated on here.
We'll have to get a picture, and what we'll do for the YouTube is just have a picture of you next to me while I'm talking to you.
I started it again. Let's see if it turns off, but that's weird.
That is really, really annoying.
I hit that button as soon as you did, and I just didn't pay attention to it. But I noticed the timer wasn't going. Oh, well. It's working now.
We'll find out. Okay. So those two things gone. Now, what we have to discuss here. We have to discuss, where is the text? Was it a text you sent me? How did you send me that?
Which one? The 90s thing?
Yes.
That is, I think it was an Instagram thing, but I'm looking at it right now. I found it online.
Oh, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the 90s MVPs?
The 90s versus the 2000 MVPs in basketball.
Okay. So, let's do it.
So, the 90s MVPs, you got point guard, Magic Johnson. Shooting guard, the GOAT.
Yeah,
okay,
Michael Jordan.
A strong forward, you have Charles Barkley. Power forward, you got the postman. What is that?
Karl Malone.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Karl
postman.
Malone.
He always delivers.
The center, I don't know who the center is based on this, dude. I don't know who.
I think it was Akeem Olajuwon. I think it's who it was.
Actually, you know what? I think it is. He's just a younger Akeem Olajuwon.
Is it a picture? Is it Instagram?
No, I don't know. It might have been. I don't remember where I got it from.
Oh,
it's one of those. We spend so much.
Yeah, there's so many different messages and so many different messages.
Or the 2000 MVPs, you've got point guards AI, Allen Iverson. You've got shooting guard Kobe Bryant, power forward, or strong forward, LeBron James, power forward, Tim Duncan, and center Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, so I got to look at this so I can have this. Where is it, dude? Is it a text? What the crap? Why can't we find this?
I found it. Here, I'll do this.
Oh, no, never mind. That's the pick your seat.
Hey, go back to your notes.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm looking at it. Waiting for it to pop up.
If you scroll down to the next page, you can see it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. All right, that helps. All right, so I'm going to go over this position by position. Okay. First, point guard to point guard. Magic over AI, to me, is a very easy decision. Because AI, while an amazing scorer, was a scorer. He wasn't dishing out assists like crazy. And Magic Johnson's like a foot taller than him.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm taking Magic over Allen Iverson.
Okay,
Magic
so
Johnson, 6'9" point guard.
One for the 90s. Okay.
We don't need to discuss the next one because it's obviously Michael Jordan.
Here's the thing, though. What's crazy is it's almost the same person because their game style is the exact same. I mean,
and Kobe mirrored his entire game
to a T. So it's hard to say that
You're also a huge Kobe fan,
right? But it is Jordan.
It is Jordan.
Still, but like when you look at him, like that's the same player, just different eras.
Yeah.
So we go with Jordan. So in the 90s have two.
I'm taking LeBron over Charles. And that's because Charles was a power forward on our team. He was not a small forward. He was a power forward. And so
6'4".
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so Charles didn't have the outside shot. He was the round mound of rebound. The guy was rebounding everything. But he was undersized and he didn't have the outside shot. So I'm taking LeBron over.
I don't distribee with you.
If you're talking about 2009 LeBron, that's peak LeBron.
Yeah, peak LeBron. These are all peak players. This is their prime.
This is their MVP year.
Yep.
Timmy over Malone all day long.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think Tim Duncan's probably one of the top 5 best players
and
ever.
Most underrated. He doesn't get talked about at all.
No.
Like you don't hear about him come up at all.
5 rings. The guy was in San Antonio forever.
Best bank shot in the business.
Yes, the only bank shot in the business.
Just unreal.
The big fundamental, dude. That guy over him, and we already talked about this. Who's the most dominant center? Shaq.
Oh yeah, and I don't even think that's close there.
No, Hakeem was an amazing player.
Oh yeah,
Hakeem the Dream, like great hook shot, not great hook shot, great. What was it? What was a shimmy shot? It was a shimmy fadeaway.
Shimmy.
Yeah, the shimmy. Great defensive player. He was an all defensive player of the year multiple times. I think it was twice.
But not against Shaq.
Not at least prime Shaq.
Yeah.
Because by the time prime Shaq hit around, Hakeem was gone.
Yeah.
He was playing. He was. Do you know this? Did you know he finished his career in Toronto with the Raptors? Is that a sad fact? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nobody knew about that because he was like a shell of himself. He was done with. So what did we say there? We said Magic.
It's Magic and Jordan for the 90s. And
then that's it.
Yeah. So by default, just voting, the 2000s win. And I can't be mad about it because I think you talk about LeBron James throws a huge wrench in that because he's just such an athletic specimen of a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could move him from there to power forward, and you sit there over Tim Duncan, and you're like,
yeah, and you could also put him over Magic.
Yeah.
Hey, go defend Magic. You're the same size guy.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, dude. And so, like, I don't know. I just really look at that and say, like, that's when you first said that to me, my immediate thought was like, oh, 90s MVPs for sure. Yeah, Magic, MJ, Carl, Charles, and Olajuwon. Like, yeah. But then when you actually go player by player and position by position, you realize, I don't know, man, the 2000s MVPs, those guys were also something else.
Yeah. It was something to be said for sure. Those are heck of ball players right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I loved watching AI play. Like, he was just a ball handling fool, bro.
Yeah, dude, he was.
But when Magic is a foot taller than him, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Imagine that if you put those guys on the same court at the same time and they're guarding each other. That's a real tough matchup for Allen Iverson.
Now, AI is going to get around him every once in a while because he was so quick and his handle was so amazing. But, again, we're talking about a guy that's literally a foot taller than he is. Almost. I think if you were to say it, I think it's legitimately 8 inches if you're going to go off of, like, scorecard. I think AI was 6'1", and I want to say Magic 6'9". So, again, we're talking about a huge height difference there. And Magic was also a crazy fluid athlete.
Oh, yeah.
So,
especially for his time.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, man. That's one of the to me, it was like, I thought this debate would go a little bit further and a little bit longer, but it didn't because it's also when you just really look at it like...
You just break it down.
Yeah, the 2000s have got it, man. Especially because of Timmy and Shaq. Those guys cancel out our boys in the 90s. Karl Malone by, Bill Simmons, right? Mm-hmm. Bill Simmons will swear that Karl Malone was the most overrated player of his era. And he's got multiple statistics to prove it. I'm not sure that I completely agree that he's fully overrated because Karl Malone is one of the all-time great in scoring. But Karl Malone wasn't an amazing rebounder. He was a great post player and a pick-and-roll player. But I don't think I'd ever thought of him as a great defensive player. Also, he's got a real shady history for anybody who doesn't know about it.
Just a small.
It's kind of gross. So,
dude, it's not. Just tell everybody.
I don't know if I want to get into it, man. It's really disturbing.
Speaking of disturbing, you see P. Diddy got off with everything?
I did. How upsetting is that?
You know what it is, bro? Here's my thing. I have a theory with this whole these little parties they talk about with these child sex things and all this kind of stuff to women. I'm telling you, it is so deeply rooted in politics and higher ups in our country that I don't think they want that stuff getting out.
The guest list?
Yeah, I do. I'm not saying I do. I think that guest list could have Trump on it. It could have Biden. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle. I think it's so deeply rooted in just nastiness that they're like, we can't.
It's the same. It's the same thing with the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Every single time the Epstein files gets brought up, what does Trump say? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about releasing those ones. That one doesn't sound like maybe.
So I'm saying,
we don't want to ruin people's current lives.
Yes, we do.
Well, and the thing is, he's also talking about himself. He's in those files. Now, I'm not saying he's a child molester. I'm not going to the Elon Musk route of claiming that's the case because, wow. But at the same time, he's definitely in them. They were friends. And so how much did Trump know? Probably a little bit more than he's willing to tell us, but also probably because nobody wants to admit that. And the same, like you said, the same thing with the Diddy trial. There are enough people that have been to a Diddy party that don't want to be named that it's okay, how much did everybody know? They probably knew a lot more than they're willing to say. And that list of people is probably a lot larger than we want to know. Or at least than they want us to know.
It is dirty. I bet you there are people on there that's why I think
that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind. You know what?
Where's this?
Is that the right one?
Stands to take. I'm trying to find the next topic on here.
There we go. But you know what? If you listen to the whole thing of what he says right there, if you don't believe in any conspiracy theories, that's when he says that's a strong stance to take. Because you know what? There's a lot of them out there that may be kooky and freaking nuts. For every 100 you hear, there's probably 2 that are true.
Yeah, at least.
Yes.
I'm convinced we didn't even go to the moon.
Are you willing to go down that road?
It is okay. So no, I don't. Well, okay. Here's the thing.
You want to tell me the Earth is flat?
No. I don't necessarily. I'm not going to disagree. If somebody was to argue that we didn't go to the moon, I could get behind it with the right facts because there are a lot of weird things that. One, why we've never gone back, which I get. There's no reason. There's nothing there, right? So we get the argument that there's no point to go back to the moon when we went in the '60s and there was nothing there. That it's not like something's happened between now and then. So I get. Okay, I understand that. But then there's just little things you think about, dude, like the flag blowing in the wind, which there would be no wind. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I don't know about the flag blowing in the wind.
When they take the picture, the flag is up like this, out. In theory, if you're in space, it's not like there's wind and air.
Oh, no, they moved it. They placed it out.
And it just stayed?
Yeah.
How do you know you saw them place it?
No, you could think about scientifically, it makes complete sense. Bro, no, I didn't. But let's also think about this scientifically. If there is no gravity or very little gravity, it would be very easy to plant a flag and then spread out the American flag because it's not going to fall. And if it does fall, it's going to take a long time because again, very low gravity. Enough time to be able to take a picture and say, "Hey, America conquered this, not Russia. That's the stars and stripes up there, baby. That's our flag on the moon."
This is not Russia.
So I mean, that's where I'm like, okay, I get that. Like that's anyway.
Yeah, the moon thing's weird.
Yeah, all of them are weird, dude. Flat Earth, that kind of crap. Like, come on, let's get real here. All right.
And I swear, if Congressman Andy Biggs sends me one more text message,
I'm
gonna lose my mind.
I wanted to call him like, listen, I'm not voting for him. It doesn't matter what you say. Stop sending it to me. And if I was voting for him, guess what you've done? You convinced me not to because I'm so irritated by all the stupid messages.
I can't. Yeah, like you've done. I'm like,
dude.
I get phone calls. Dude, I got woke up this morning. I'm sitting there like my alarm would just go off. So I'm still my phone rings. I'm like,
robocall.
I don't know who this is. Hi, you're Congressman Andy Biggs. I'm like, dude, I swear on my life, dude, I wanted to throw my phone. If I could go through the phone and choke slam people, bro, I'd be in jail.
Yes. Especially when you're talking about dealing with somebody that's a shift worker. Come on, man. Give them a break.
I'm like, dude, I don't care enough at all about this.
Okay.
I'm looking for the other thing.
Pick your flight seat. I got it. It was a text message. Text message. What's up, dude?
She's getting a bit fussy.
Okay, just chill. Thanks for the reports, my bud.
Pick your flight seat.
Pick your flight seat. Okay, now this right here, I'm gonna have this image up on the screen when I'm doing this on YouTube, so they'll be able to see what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay. We're taking ourselves back. So when I asked you if you want to talk about this, do we want to talk about it as if we were today?
I don't think it changed for me.
It did for me. It certainly did for me. But
because, yeah,
I would say we do it in two. We rank it in two ways.
I think we go like right in this time when they're in their prime and we're like at that age.
Oh, if we're doing that,
I think so. I think you do that in that time because right now I mean, I look at all these dudes and I'm still like the problem I have is
they all win.
They all. I want to sit next to all of them.
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah, I will be flying a lot. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So the whole premise is this: you start on an airplane and you get to pick one of these 8 women to be next to you on the airplane.
And these 8 women are 90s nostalgic. Like if you were a teenager in the 90s, and in the late 90s, mind you, this isn't like early 90s. These are. Dude, you are.
What's so funny about this is when I go through the list, I can tell you some of the actresses' name, but most of them I'm going by. I should say, there's a few of them where I'm just like, this is just a character name. Okay, first one, character name, Topanga.
Yeah, Danielle Fisher.
Okay, so you can have her. Okay, 2, Ashley Banks, aka I don't know her name.
I don't either.
It's Ashley from the movie we were talking about earlier. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay. Yeah. And let me tell you what, Ashley Banks, she does something for me.
It works, bro.
3, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, a.k.a.
Kelly
Kapowski from Saved by the Bell.
You see my smile, bro? I can't turn it off.
You couldn't even say it, dude.
I can't turn it off, dude.
4, nobody knows this. Nobody knows the actress's name. It's Kimberly, the Pink Power Ranger.
Yeah, Amy Jo
no
Johnson.
Way.
Amy Jo Johnson.
No way. Look it up. I want you to fact prove that one, dude. No way.
Oh, yes, it is, dude. I swear. It's exactly who it is.
No way.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Dude. Solid pull right there, dude. Number 5, Cameron Diaz. Specifically, the Mask Cameron Diaz.
And that makes her just out of control.
Dude,
that red dress in the bank, bro. I'd have given her the key to the vault, bro. Like, she didn't have to put the little camera in the purse,
everything.
Bro. Take it all and take me with you.
Now, you're going to have to tell me who number 6 is, because I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
listen.
Okay, listen.
I want you to think TGIF.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of the 4 shows that we're always on.
Yeah.
You watched it because Carl was there.
No. Yeah. That's who that is.
You see that? Yeah.
I had to zoom in.
Zoom in.
Yeah. Okay. What's the character name?
Steve Urkel's freaking woman. Laura.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know her name.
Yeah. I don't know her name either.
Laura from Family Matters.
Number 7, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep. I know. I still know what you did last summer,
dude. And what was the other one?
Remaking that, by the way.
Oh, they're always remaking that.
I'm like, what? The storyline looks the exact same.
It's just the same dang movie. We talked about this before. Generation copycat. There's no such thing as an original idea anymore.
Stupid.
And number 8. This one is like. That's why I was saying, do we rank this as adults or as kids?
Is that Salma Hayek?
Salma Hayek. Specifically, Desperado Salma Hayek.
I don't like. She doesn't really do.
Oh, dude, she does everything for me. That's why. That's why I'm saying, like, if we're talking about today, this order is a little bit different. Okay.
Well, they can do both right now. Like,
okay,
who are you picking right now? From 13-year-old Eric, like 1999 Eric.
Okay, 1999 Eric does this. Well, let's
top 3.
I'm gonna say 1996 Eric.
Whatever.
Okay, so I'm a little bit younger. I'm 10 years old.
Or 1999 even, like, right? Like we can.
I'm just saying, like,
90,
I'm saying 10 years old.
Okay, 10.
Because this is probably in the height of all of these, right? 96?
Let's see when The Mask came out. We'll go with that year. Okay?
93.
No way.
Is it 93?
94.
94. Was it 94?
That's what it says, yeah.
Huh. I would have thought, because I thought 94 was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber was before.
Dumb and Dumber was after. The Mask was first.
No.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Don't say
because
100%.
And then it was Ace Ventura. It was The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber. He had like a legendary run right there. We're talking about Jim Carrey.
Oh, we're both wrong because it was still 94.
Oh, so
they
the same
both
year.
came out the same year.
Okay. Anyway, but I know that The Mask was before.
Okay.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Okay. So I'm still saying 10 years old, 1996. Okay. Number 1 in 1996 for me is more likely than not gonna be Tiffany Amber Thiessen. More likely than not, that's who my crush was gonna be. Is Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
10-year-old me.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking 7-year-old me, Pink Power Ranger. Pink Power Ranger's all the way at the top.
Yeah, because the Power Rangers were just awesome.
Yeah.
I still would watch the Power Rangers movie right now from back then. The ooze one.
Dude, yeah.
With the pink ooze. Yeah, all day long. I'd watch it every day.
Okay, that one. There's one person on here that's missing. I wanted to make sure I got this one out there. Jennifer Connelly from The Rocketeer was my first crush I ever remember.
Is that the same Jennifer Connelly from Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah. Yeah,
dude,
same girl.
She's way hot now.
Oh, she's way hot now. Imagine what she looked like when she was like 20. Dude, I'm telling you, in The Rocketeer, the hottest woman on the earth to me. That was the very first crush I ever had.
I'm going to look, dude.
Yeah, look it up, dude. The Rocketeer. I think it was 1990. Might have been 1990. 91, maybe.
It was a 91.
There you go, 91.
The Rocketeer.
Jennifer Connelly. She was the love interest of Neville Sinclair, the evil Nazi.
I've never seen this movie.
Oh, I loved it movie. I loved this movie growing up.
It's really hard to get a good photo of her. But
I'm sure it is. Anyway, okay. But I'm saying Kelly Kapowski's going to be number 1 at that time.
At that age, I would have
Yes.
to agree. Saved by the Bell. It's too much. But see, wait, what's your number 2? Like, it is a close number 2 for me.
Number 2 is a little bit harder for me, but if I'm being real honest about number 2, at that age, it's going to be Topanga.
100%.
Yeah, it's going to be Topanga.
And I'll tell you why, and this is totally wrong, but she had bigger boobs at that age, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
She was curvy.
She was curvy, bro. Yeah, she got you into the curvy girls, bro.
Yes.
Tiffany was that volleyball, tall, skinny girl, like what everybody thought you
also,
wanted.
just a really, to this day,
gorgeous
still
face.
hot.
Still hot.
Super beautiful face.
But Topanga was
Topanga
curvy
had the
hot.
curves, man.
Yeah, she
Yes.
was. You were like, "What's up,
So
girl?
who
Why are
was-
you not in my 7th grade class, dude?"
So who was the one that you would have, like, I know who my close second was, but it becomes a third, but who was yours?
Cameron Diaz.
Oh, Cameron Diaz,
Oh,
really?
dude.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that movie, The Mask, like that. I tell you, that red dress, red lipstick. Yikes.
I think that my close number 2 is actually Ashley Banks, because I was watching a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at this time of my life. A lot of it.
I'm just a sucker for a blonde, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and you know,
and she's just, and she's sexy in
she
that
is.
movie.
And dude, honestly, there's something about Cameron Diaz. She's not like the hottest person in the world, but she's got like some kind of weird.
She has sex appeal.
She definitely has it. She has it for sure.
And when you zoom in on that face, bro, like, although I have to say, dude,
this image is going to be up there. People are going to know what we're talking about. Okay, but I was going to say, for me, the reason why Ashley Banks is there is because she was a part of my life every day after school.
Right.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Bro. Give him the pacifier, dude. We're in the middle of recording. Go, 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 go. Pacifier. That's what they're for. I am going to probably have to wrap this up pretty quick.
That's fine.
No, that's an actual scream out
We'll
there.
just finish this out.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So let's agree that Ashley Banks is number 4.
I would agree.
Okay, we'll agree on that one. We'll put Cameron Diaz at number 3 because
but the Power Ranger for me is there, bro. Like Ashley Banks isn't there for me.
See, the problem for me with the pink Power Rangers, I'd move past the Power Rangers at this point in my life.
I'm still in the Power Ranger world, bro. Like I don't care.
At 10, you were still into it?
Oh yeah.
See, I think I'd moved on. Now I'm talking about like first, second grade. I was in, and I was in deep.
Bro, I just wanted to get beat up by her.
Take a roundhouse kick to the face.
Dude, you know who the Red Ranger was, right? It was Jason.
Oh, Jason.
We have a similar name. I knew she'd be into me anyway, bro. Like,
okay. And I would say the person to me that I think that we can both agree maybe is last is Laura from Family Matters.
See, I would pick her over... Well, Selma Hayek was
Dude,
hot.
Selma Hayek. She want to talk about sex appeal?
Yeah.
Selma Hayek.
So, yeah, I would agree. Laura, on this scale right here, Laura's definitely 8.
Yeah, on this specific list.
She's definitely 8.
And I'm probably putting Jennifer Love Hewitt at number 5 for me.
No, yeah. Well, because the Pink Power Ranger, though, you don't want her in there.
No, I don't think... I'm not saying she's last.
No, but you're saying she's 6 or 7.
Yeah. She's not 5 for
and
me.
See, for me, Ashley would be 6 or 7.
Okay, fair.
Right? I want Pink Power Ranger up in that top 4 or 5, whatever it was. Right? Yeah, because Laura's 8. I would put Selma Hayek probably at 7 and Jennifer Love Hewitt at 6.
See, and I would probably put Selma Hayek at 5.
Oh, wow.
Because
you don't have the Pink Power Ranger in there.
So to me, she's 7.
Just later. Yeah.
She's 7. She's still in there at this point in my life. But anyway, I did have a kid screaming.
That's fine.
This is a fantastic topic, though.
Yeah, absolutely it is, dude. Like this just takes you right back to like I wanted a picture of all these women on my wall.
On the wall, dude. If I was allowed to have posters of women,
I was
not. I had posters of a lot of things.
I had Carmen Electra on the wall,
dude.
Yeah, bro. I had Tyra Banks. Yep,
dude. Tyra Banks.
What was the other girl? Cindy? No, not Cindy Crawford, because she was a little. That mole thing wasn't too hot for me. The blonde. She was married to Jim Carrey.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. She's on The Masked Singer now, right? She's one of the judges on The Masked Singer.
Maybe.
Yeah, she is.
Jenna McCarthy.
Jenna McCarthy.
That's it.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, I can now hear the baby screaming through the door, which means
don't breathe.
Breathe.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song is written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Thank you to Highland Communities for the support of our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just Google us if you're confused. Remember to share the show with your friends and family. Subscribe wherever you listen. Buy a shirt, reach out to us, and place an order. Each shirt is $20, and if we can hand deliver it, we will, but if we have to ship it, it'll be $25. If you're able, feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to kfo.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That's ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. And thanks again to all who listen. We really appreciate your support for our show, and we hope to continue to grow.